Hello YouTube, welcome to my channel. I'm at Balance. Today I'm going to be reviewing Netflix's The King, featuring Timothy Chamlet from Dune Episode 1 fame. To the review. Netflix The King is all about Henry V, how he becomes king, his poor relationship with his father, his relationship with Falstaff, though in this they call him Sir John Falstaff. It is very much the opposite of the Shakespeare play Henry V. Two things I really enjoyed. I liked the fact that there was very minimal interaction, so there wasn't a lot of characters, unlike Shakespeare's play where there are so many characters you get confused. In this one it's very much Henry V, the former king, Falstaff, king's advisor, king's sister, king's friend, Cambridge, and then obviously you've got the Dauphin, which is basically the opposite to the Prince of Wales. Well, the Dauphin in France is basically the king in waiting, which is what the Prince of Wales actually is in England, but that's beside the point. That's what I liked about it. I also liked the representation of the Battle of Agincourt like a rugby scrum. Literally, it was just guys in tin suits scrolling around in the mud, because that's what happened. Also loving the bigging up of the English longbow. Very, very good. Now on to the not so good. Henry V, the whole point of this war was supposed to unite England. Unfortunately, his speech just mentioned England. It didn't mention Wales and it didn't mention Scotland, which is why his father, the former king, or the dead king, or whatever, was having internal squabbles. And we still have internal squabbles between England, Ireland and Scotland. It's just what we do. Oh, and don't forget the Welsh, of course, but everybody seems to. That was my only quibble with this, and the fact that Falstaff, the night before the big battle, the king goes out and he's supposed to speak to a Scottish man, a Welshman and an Irishman, and they do play a big part in Shakespeare's play. In The King by Netflix, they are missing by their absence. You don't see a Welshman, you don't see a Scotsman at all. You don't see anybody from Ireland. We do, however, see the main king's advisor sounds like a northern bloke, but who ends up dead at the end because it was his idea to have the whole war in the first place. Spoilers, if only he'd listened to his sister. Cough cough, women are always right. I do love the changes that they made. Robert Pattinson makes an exceptionally good Dauphin. But that's beside the point. You've got the arrogance of both sides, the nobility, the fact that the Prince of Wales understands his role as Prince of Wales is to do nothing. It is to get drunk, it is to fornicate, it is to meet with the common people and do all the things that he is not going to be able to do as king. He's got to do them in that very short window, and for him, he knows it's a short window, because when he becomes king, all the responsibility is on him to lead the kingdom. So in a way it was very good and controversial and challenging. In another way, it kind of missed the whole point of what Agincourt was about. It wasn't just about making England into one nation. It was actually bringing the Welsh, the Scottish and the Irish in as well. That is why Henry V is Victory at Agincourt is so famous. That and the use of longbows. Go longbows, great range. And that's my review. Out of 5 I would give it a 4. I enjoyed it, I thought it was good, but that's only because I have read Shakespeare's Henry V, so I'm able to see what's missing, what they included, what they didn't include. I enjoyed it. It was an original work, working with some material that has been heavily written about, done about. There's Kenneth Branagh's version of Henry V as well, and Lawrence Oliver's version of Henry V. Henry V is a big part. And you can see why they chose Timothy Chamlet to play Henry V, because it's a very similar role to Muad'Dib, only Muad'Dib, i.e. Paul, doesn't do the whole drinking and whoring beforehand. Anyway, I've spoken enough about Henry V. I enjoyed it, and I've given you my views, the joys of the internet. Bye! I hope you enjoyed my review of Netflix's The King. Please like, comment and subscribe, and don't forget to click the notification bell. Bye!